What's up, Conquerors? Hope everybody is having a fantastic day. We've got another Myriad game here. Playing as Blue French. He didn't like Jean d'Arc this time. He's playing as French. And we've got Matinjiff as our yellow Mongol, which is really why I wanted to watch this game. I know I've gotten two Myriad games here. But we've got Matinjiff, who is a controller Mongol player. Now, if you don't know about this guy, I've played against this guy. He's pretty good. I've beaten him. I don't know if he's ever beaten me. I would say he probably has. I haven't played him many times. But especially with the new nerf to Mangadai, very interested to see how this guy plays it. And playing on a controller. Really interested to see his gameplay. He did play this game on a controller. So that's pretty cool, man. I could never do that. I've got to use the point and click. So Myriad does scout the base. He scouts the racks coming out for Matinjiff. If I say that name wrong, I apologize. Now let's go to... He's got 3 on wood still, so he's actually really going to be looking for a tower rush on Myriad here. I would assume back near the goal, but we'll see where he decides to put it. First villager is moving forward with the spearman. Gur is getting herdable sheep. And if you guys do enjoy this casted game, please drop a like on the video. Will help it gain traction in YouTube. And if you learned something, please subscribe to the channel. So early wheelbarrow already grabbed by Myriad here. School of Cavalry going to be going down. You know, Myriad's dealt with this Mongol play, I'm sure, a million times while playing French or other civs that rely heavily on gold. So, you know, what's very noticeable here, though, is Myriad's second gold mine is by his first gold mine, which is terrible positioning. So, both of his gold mines are blocked by this tower rush. His next gold mine is way at the back, which is semi-viable. I mean, you would never want to go to this, but if you have to. Now, the 4th gold mine is just not viable at all for you to get out there. So, yeah. 5 spears. Typical 5-spear tower rush by Matinjiff here. And the villagers are pulled by Myriad. Let's see if Matinjiff sees it. He hasn't reacted yet. He's got to get the spears on the villagers immediately. Ah, dude, that tower is gonna go down, I think. Town center firing off on the spears. And the tower goes down. Myriad are able to get the tower down and doesn't lose... Well, he lost 1 villager. I take that back. He did lose a villager. So he's able to bring down 2 spears and the tower for the price of 1 villager. As their corpses seep through the ground. So only 3 spears now for Matinjiff. He's actually made an additional 2 spears because you need 5 for the tower, right? So he realized, like, hey, I can't just hold this with 3 spears. I've got to get 2 more out to hold this. Myriad's going to rush the range. Normally you can't get this second tower up in time because they'll get the range and an archer out. The villagers pulled again. Spears here again. There's only 3 spears now, though. The other 2 spears on here. Second villager goes down on Myriad. Oh, he's going to encircle the villager. Oh, he's got Matinjiff's villager. No. No, he's got Matinjiff's villager. And now I think the tower rush is probably officially over. Archers are going to come out from Myriad. You can't get the tower up now. Dude, what a sequence, though. Exciting early game. Silver Tree being rushed up with 9 villagers on the backside. And I think this is what I'm going to be doing with Triple Comp as well. I'm just going to be going Silver Tree. Like, Contender's good for the archers and crossbow still. It's decent. But if I'm not making Mangadai, dude, I'm going Silver Tree, right? So I think that's generally what I'm going to try to do as well. Now, Myriad going to chase off the spears with the archers. Khan just trying to, you know, do Khan things. Be a little annoying. And if Myriad's not paying the best attention, this villager's dead. He's not paying enough attention. Loses a villager to Khan. That's what drives everybody crazy, but really nice pick off there by Matinjiff. Stable is up, so you assume you'd see some Keshik coming out here soon. And a pasture. Early pasture to keep the food going for himself. Doesn't want to have to get out on the map for food against the French Knights, which I completely understand that. So, right now, composition, Spear Keshik with trade. I think that's a fantastic composition from him here. Coming from a Mongol player myself, I think the Spear Keshik combo against French works really well, especially if you add in some trade on the back that they've got to think about. And then if they overbuild archers, you just spam more Keshik. If they overbuild knights, you add in even more spearmen. So they've, Myriad has to be really careful with his balance here. He has gotten out on some deer, which is pretty nice for him. Going ahead and getting, oh, he's out of sheep. He's actually out of sheep. That's pretty big at this point in the game that he's already out of sheep. So this is his lifeline as far as food goes. Khan's definitely going to scout this. He's actually already got the falcon. And I don't know if Myriad has scouted that trade. It doesn't look like he has. Matinjiff moving out to some deer himself here. Doesn't quite have the girder down, but he'll get it. Wheelbarrow in for both players. Double broadaxe coming in for Myriad now. After a really exciting beginning, we're at a bit of a lull. Both sides building up some armies. Matinjiff actually going tri-comp, which is really interesting. I didn't expect that. I expected just Keshik Spear, but he's thrown out a range for some archers as well. Or does he dare to make the Mangadai? No, he doesn't. He's just going tri-comp. Which I think at this point, I guess he's going to use the archers to shoot the archers. It's a bit of a curious play here. I'll have to see how it works for him. Now, Myriad getting greedy here. Realizing he's not being attacked. He's just going to throw down another outpost to get the boar. He's just got 5 villagers, right? So he's got plenty of garrison space. 2 traders already out for Matinjiff. I'm not sure Myriad knows this trade exists at the moment. He's just scouting the army, really, with the scout, right? We toggle fog of war here. Oh, he is going to, I think. He might still be out of range to see this scout or this trade. He's been repositioning his scout a little bit here. So, Tricomp from Matinjiff. Night Archer from Myriad. He's just inching the scout back in slowly. He doesn't want to get seen. I like just the one pasture here, actually, in the Ubu. I actually like that play a lot, because you're going to get sheep faster. It's just one. You're not overbuilding, but you're getting some sheep rallied out here. It's going to be a big clash here. Keshik going in on the Knights. Trying to run him down with the Keshik. Archer's going to try to focus down the spears. This is where it gets difficult when you go Keshik Spear for the French. The Knights want to turn around, but it's very difficult for them to turn around when the spears are also chasing. Keshik does go down. We don't have blacksmith upgrades from Matinjiff yet. Would love to see a blacksmith for the ranged armor. He only built those 5 archers, so he hasn't like committed to the archers heavily or anything here. He's keeping up with the French economy with this trade. He's got 5 traders out now, which is pretty significant. I would love to know how long it takes one of these traders to move across the map, though. Because for 80 res, it's not great. I mean, it's good in solo. Like, this is a really good trade for solo. But maybe I'll have to do a video on how good is Mongol trade. That's a video right there. Both sides getting deer. I mean, Myriad's been absolutely snacking on deer out here. He's on his 2nd deer pack. You don't need pro scouts when you just walk out there and get it. So that's been great for Myriad. Ranged defense coming in from Matinjiff. I'm surprised Myriad doesn't have even more knights with how much deer he's had, but his army's in pretty good shape. I'd say they're actually pretty even in army. It looks like that in army value. I'd love to see Matinjiff just spam more Keshik here since Myriad's gone so heavy into archers. Yes, that's exactly what he's doing. I think it's second stable time. And sometimes I'll even get my +1 melee damage going up against these French knights with Keshik. I think it makes quite a nice difference. Keshik with their newly buffed +5 HP, they're just unstoppable. I'm kidding. That's a pretty small buff. Let's see how we're doing on gold. Big fight possibly at the front. We've got a lot of Keshik here. Maneuver arrow popped. So trying to catch up to the mass here. He's trying to work down the archers with the Keshik and his own archers. Spearman trying to get in here, but Myriad doing a really nice job microing, right? He's not letting the enemy spearmen get on top of him. One knight gets lost. Two Keshik get lost. The pathfinding of Age of Empires 4 right there. Matinjiff making a pretty serious push here. Looks like he decides to regroup. Stray Knight coming in from the back. That was a pretty strong push by Matinjiff. I'm not really sure who won that engagement. Really could have, and he's doing +1 melee damage now. I really like this. I do something similar to this against French that works quite well. And the archers in his comp, I was a little questionable about, but I kind of like it. I'm not sure I would do it, but I do kind of like it because he just tries to target the enemy archers down. So when the enemy archers are kiting and hitting spears, you still have archers to shoot the enemy archers. So +1 is coming in for Myriad, and now we got the big Keshik mass, dude. This is where Myriad starts potentially being in a little trouble. Matinjiff really massing Keshik up here. Keshik are getting in their healing. He is diving underneath the outpost, and defender's advantage does come in here for Myriad. I think Myriad can push this back. This is a really bloody fight, but I think Matinjiff maybe overextends here. Myriad, the Royal Knights are just so strong compared to Keshik. Yes, Keshik are cheaper, but 40 more HP for the Royal Knight. 4 more damage. And the charge is 6 more damage. So it's really the HP for the Royal Knight that just stay alive so long. And, you know, a little bit better of a trade for Myriad there. He's been very cautious with his outpost here. He doesn't want to get caught out on resources, which I like. That's good gameplay. You know, he doesn't have to do that on the back one because he's already got 2 outposts and army up here. But anytime he's expanded out dangerously, he's gotten an outpost. Matinjiff, though, 14 traders, and I still don't think Myriad's seen this, and maybe that's just not a lot of Mongol players go trade these days at the top level. I certainly do. And Matinjiff, Conquer 3 players, certainly does. Third stable coming in, dude. I love it. Just keep making Keshik, man. Just keep making Keshik. Looks like he might even be getting ready for a Castle Age up. I mean, the amount of resources he's getting from the trade now is substantial. And he is getting outpost up. He's going to make these traders go even faster. And if he does get raided, it'll make his cavalry even faster to go track down the raid. So, a lot of knights for Myriad, though. That's pretty concerning. Khan is going to go up. Myriad knows he won the last fight, so if you win the last fight, you know your mass should be bigger in this scenario. This is some old school Mongol play by Matinjiff, and I like it. Yep, here comes the raid. Ooh, I didn't see this, but Myriad gets a nice raid. I never saw the attack alert come off. Myriad gets several villagers out here on the deer, and he's going to find the trade now. Yeah. He doesn't quite see it because he's got no scout with those knights. Oh, the Keshik are circling, though. The Keshik are charging in. Going to chase off this knight raid. Looks like Castle Age is on the menu for both players. About to be just an absolutely massive raid on the other side for Myriad, though. He sees how many Keshik got pulled here, and he is going for it. This is a huge raid with the Knights. He catches the spears without the Keshik to back him up. He decides to pull out. I thought he was going to go for it there. I really did. I thought he was going to commit to a fight. And I think he would have won that fight, but I think he probably wants to pull back and get his veteran Cs. Age up does come in for Matinjiff. Again, he's got the trade. So the gold count is going to be fantastic. And under the Cruelty, you can take some good fights, man. You can take some really good fights. That makes the Keshik much better against the Royal Knight. You'd love to see the building speed. He's getting improved building speed. I like it, dude. Improved building speed. That's actually probably really good. I need to think about that for positioning of the Cruelty. That could be a really good upgrade. I do really like whistling arrows as well. You know, now that the armor arrow is working, I also think popping the armor arrow against these knights will be pretty good as well. The veteran Royal Knight's going to be really strong. And you want to get 2 upgrades of the Keshik here. You want to get the veterancy, but you also want to get this Step Lancer, which is healing and attack speeds. Really good for these Keshik. Makes them much more powerful. Makes him stay alive a lot longer, that's for sure. Dude, gigantic amount of trade here. Myriad just has not seen this, unfortunately, for him. And very fortunately for Matinjiff, because if you just ran some Royal Knights back here, you'd kill these traders. Right? Like, you would kill these traders. You just have to run Royal Knights in and out, and you'd kill a lot of them. You can't really protect out of this Mongol. You can smatter some spears in and out in the trade, but it's like very hard to defend in total. But under the Cruelty, let's check this out. Veteran Royal Knight with 26 base damage. And Keshik now up to 25 in the Cruelty. And he does have both his melee attack upgrades, actually. So Keshik got 25 damage of the Cruelty, which is pretty great. Increased movement speed from the YAM network at 1.87, so they can actually run down the Knights as well. You can see how much faster they are in the aura. And this is exactly what you want to do if you're playing Mongol. You use the Cruelty and YAM network to your advantage in fights. Right? You don't take fights outside of your auras. You take fights inside of your auras. Arbs coming in for French. That's where things can get kind of ugly for the Mongols, but neither side really getting relics yet. Monastery up for Myriad. No prayer tent up for Matinjiff. Almost simultaneous, these guys. There are some crossbows coming out for Matinjiff, but not many, and I don't think that won't quite do it, but it does alert him to the Knights coming in. Yeah, trade's just phenomenal for him here. The guild hall is going to slowly accrue food for Myriad, though, which will make for an eventual nice transition to Imperial Age. A couple Keshik picked off there. That's the difficult part about that big Royal Knight charge. 38 damage on the charge. You know, under the Cruelty, veteran Keshik are basically still not as good as the Royal Knight. They are still not as good as the Royal Knight, but they are close because they have the healing. So they have less HP and just barely less damage. Without the Cruelty, though, they get absolutely, you know, clobbered by these Royal Knights. So. Yeah. I think Myriad knows. He's got to know. He's got to know about the trade. He hasn't rated it, though. It's a really interesting thing. He has not rated the trade. He's picked up 2 relics. Oh, big pasture transition out here on the Uvu. I mean, I do like that. You can get the upgrade for your prayer tent, though, which is the monastic shrines. But yeah, big transition out here. Doesn't have the Krulatize. He's going to move it up here with the superior speed and try to defend the Yuvu. He's pulling all the units. There's a raid on the backside by Myriad. A lot of action going on. Raid on backside by Myriad. Myriad trying to push the front at the same time. Matinjiff trying to get the Krulatai in range. Lots of Keshik to defend the counter raid. Keshik numbers swelling here up to 32 now. Both players going heavy cav crossbow. Krulatai not quite in the position it needs to be in, and this has got to be hard to move this thing around with the controller. Wololo distraction on the backside. Keshik trying to pincer Myriad here. Oh, he's got Myriad. I don't think he's going to win it without the Krulatai. Krulatai's got to get down over here. But he does have defender's advantage. He's going to keep spamming units. He's floating a lot of gold. Once the Krulatai's down, things are good. And this is a huge fight, dude. Matinjiff taking a huge fight here. And I think he is winning with defender's advantage. The Keshik continually streaming in. And the Khan wasn't even out here. So the arrow still not even used. And Myriad gets sent packing. Just unabated trade. Unharassed. Untouched. If you don't hit the Mongol trade, you're probably going to lose. 42 traders right now, and he's only been making them out of the Silver Tree. It's just Silver Tree traders. He never makes in other markets. And he's just spamming Keshik. He's like, yeah, that's all I need. He's mixing some crossbows. Oh, he didn't even have step lancers. So he's just now getting step lancers. Of course, the best step lancers upgrade is an Imperial, and that's a really good one. Keshik can attack really fast once they get the improved step lancers upgrade in. So 2-2 on relics. Nobody found this relic over here. And Myriad, a bit forced back now, right? He's got a lot of food in the guild hall. If he can get enough food, he's got to keep. So nice little aura here. But he's going to go monastery at the front of the base is always difficult. So Matinjiff going to go for the monastery. The keep's not close enough to defend. He's just going. He doesn't really think he can defend this, which I agree. So he's just going to go for a counter raid, which I think is the right idea. He just really needs to hit the trade. I'm still not sure Myriad knows there's trade. Let's see what his field of vision is. Scout here would be huge. He needs a scout. Matinjiff is going to pull back to defend. And he sees the trade. He found it. I think that's the first time he's seen the trade, though. So he has found the trade. He realizes the situation. And probably the danger that he's in. Because that's a very protected trade for the last 24 minutes. Matinjiff, honestly, is pretty close to just being able to buy his way to Imperial with that kind of trade. Huge charge, yeah. And here's where you run into problems. So fight at the front side. Myriad taking a good fight. A lot of Keshik, though. And Keshik, you cannot run from Keshik. Not in this Yam network, you can't. They're just too fast. They got the 1.87 to your 1.62. So he's getting some kills. You know, Myriad's killed 21. But these Keshik will hunt you down back here. It's really better to have some horsemen to raid against trade. He sees it, though. He sees how much it is. He knows he's going to have to do something. So he is pushing the front while trying to raid the back. I think he's killed a considerable amount of Matinjiff's forces. You can see destroyed value is in his favor. And this pasture network super important for Matinjiff. He's actually rebuilding some pastures on the back now. This is getting camped. If he loses these, that's going to be rough. Archers and crossbows doing work here. A lot of fighting on the periphery. I think it was just a wolf in Myriad's area. Under the Krulatai, though, I mean, these Keshik with the ARB numbers, they are getting slaughtered. These Keshik are getting really beaten up by these ARB Latriae. So huge destroyed value favor Myriad right now. Matinjiff just lost like 20 Keshik over here to these ARBs. The Arbs are just slaughtering Keshik. And I think, you know, Myriad might just be able to go Imperial now. He is making some horsemen, which I think is the right move, especially if you want to raid trade, you want horsemen. Horsemen good for torch damage as well. Look at this. Oh, he's so close, but he's so far. Myriad could pull the food and probably just go imp right now. Myriad finds the monk. Dude, that monk probably could have yoinked that relic. What would be diabolical is if Myriad just threw a red keep up here. He could keep drop the trade. Of course, you could just move the silver tree if you do that. But huge fight under the cool tie. Armor arrow gets popped. I really like the armor arrow here. It's not going to last forever though, so Myriad's going to kite a bit. Myriad trying to kite, trying to get a keep down. He might need more villagers than that. But Matinjiff no longer in the Kulatai aura. It's always difficult to position that during battle. Dude, both the big golds on this side of the map, if Myriad gets that keep, that's pretty big. Horsemen just trying to run through on the crossbows, I think. But big fights here from both sides. Myriad just doing work with this ranged mass, dude. Matinjiff hits Imperial Age. That is my fault for not seeing that on the backside. Cognate Palace is in. I think that's the right move here because your trade is super vulnerable, right? So if you lose it, you're going to need the Cognate Palace. And early Imp, the Cognate Palace will be really strong. Warrior Monks are going to be first. Just the value the Cognate Palace gives you is huge. I do love the White Stupa, but yeah, and here comes the Red Palace. That's what I figured might occur to secure both the big golds now. Myriad's basically going to be set on gold, but he's still got to stop the trade. The trade is still the problem because Matinjiff has infinite gold right now. Now he's going for the trade. Myriad's base, full farm transition in. Relics, no walls, but he's got to keep here. So full farm transition in for Myriad. He's doing great on food. Matinjiff doing fantastic on his upgrades. Look how much trade is going down. Massive amounts of trade going down here. I didn't see all of it, but that was like 15 or 20 traders. All the eco techs coming in now for Matinjiff. Other than specialized pig, he's not even mining gold. He doesn't need to. And Bombard is coming in as well. So if he can get the Bombard and break these positions. But it's going to be super difficult to protect this trade during Imperial. Like, you basically need cannon outposts all throughout this. And that's kind of why the White Stupa is really good in certain scenarios. It's because it gives you more stone, so you can get so many cannon outposts out throughout here. Because otherwise, it's kind of rough, man. Because Myriad could just run, at the same time he attacks here, he could just run 20 horsemen on the other side. And he can always pull back to the Red Palace right now. So he can just run in and out and hit the trade. Kulatai is here now. 2 Bombards on the way. Elite Knights. Myriad is not getting Elite Knights. He's going Elite Horsemen right now. Elite Horsemen Arb. Which I don't mind, actually. Because you just need the Arbs to work down the Keshik. Your horsemen be a front line, and then your horsemen should be able to clean up the rest, right? That's what you hope, at least. That's always the hope. So, Elite Arbs doing a lot of damage here. Destroyed value, still seriously in favor of Myriad. Triple Sacred Site up for Myriad as well. Very vulnerable Bombard here. Huge fighting around this trade to try to protect it. Sacred Site here with Keep, though. Sacred Site here with Keep. Sacred Site here with the Red Palace is something we're going to have to pay attention to in this game. So, am getting units from the Cognate Palace. Blacksmith upgrades. Not completed yet for either side. Biology just came in for Matinjiff. No royal bloodlines yet for Myriad. Myriad's definitely got the res. He switched the gold hall to gold. No tithe barns yet. He's building a university right now. No tithe barns for Matinjiff either. Bombard will start working down the Red Palace. Red Palace does not have boiling oil. Obviously, it's super dangerous without boiling oil anyways. But I am a little worried for Matinjiff on these sacred sites. Because Myriad's getting more stone, too. I mean, he's going for a sacred site victory. For sure. So we got to bring something down and decap one of these sacred sites. I'd probably just be running like a couple Keshik to try to decap or slow down the time on some. Myriad doing exactly what I think you do in this situation. You just like horseman dive. You force a fight here, he's got to defend. You horseman dive the other side. It's super annoying to deal with. Bombards are coming in. Bring down this red keep. It is sniping the bombards as it does. It's very annoying to deal with because it can shoot your bombards most of the time. You really want villagers on the backside to protect the bombards. It's such an annoying part of the Red Palace. Decided to just snipe those bombards. So both the bombards go down for Matinjiff. This was a huge dive. You cannot fight under the Red Palace, so. And Myriad looking in a really good position now. This is a great spot for the Red Palace. Matinjiff really hadn't counter-raided Myriad at all. Like, Myriad's had a lot of pressure on him for a while. And there's been no counter-raid. So I do wonder if... I'm not saying use Mangadai en masse here, but with no walls, you could probably... I mean, elite Mangadai are still elite Mangadai, I think, right? Like, yeah, you'll have to kite with them some more, but just kill villagers in the base. I mean, they'll kill villagers. They're elite units. I mean, you could even just send in elite horsemen. Yeah, Krulatai can't get deployed here. Horsemen are just sitting on it. Arbs are doing crazy amounts of damage. Under 40 traders for the first time in a really long time. Dude, cannon outpost could be massive here if he got some cannon outpost stuff to help him out defend this. Kind of fighting for his life here. Krulatai is still not up. Fire speed out for the hand cannoneers, though, which is pretty massive. And I'm not sure that Pavis does anything against hand cannoneers, to be honest. Down to under 6 minutes on the sacred side, though, and Myriad's just fortifying this position even more with more unit producers. That way he doesn't have to keep getting all of his units from so far away. More stone coming in, so he can drop another keep somewhere if he needs to. This site's not that well defended. Yeah, I do think Matinjiff could benefit from some counter raids. Just, you could make like 5 Mangadai or 10 Mangadai or 5 Mangadai and a couple horsemen or something. Just send them into the farms repeatedly. Oh, yeah, and fire arrows coming in from Myriad now. This is where things get real. It's +3 right now, but now it's +6. So every single arb's doing 3 more damage, which is pretty significant. Myriad's also gotten all his good blacksmith upgrades. Matinjiff would really benefit. He's out of gold, actually. Matinjiff is out of gold for the first time in a really long time this game. I don't think he's been out of gold the entire game, actually. Yeah, horsemen are going to snipe that bombard. Or at least attempt. The other bombards are trying to help their brother bombard. Huge hand cannon mass here, but I think it's all going to go away. Matinjiff really probably could have... The swap into elite horsemen maybe would have helped him out here. I say that, he's still getting a lot of gold from the trade. But it would make his comp not a, you know, elite Keshik horseman is a it's the best comp you can make. Or elite Keshik hand cannoneer is the best comp you can make, but it is very expensive. And these horsemen are just suiciding onto the siege, which is exactly what they should do. They die, but they take out the most important units that Matinjiff has to bring down this Red Palace, which are the bombards. And I think Myriad's broken him. I think Myriad has broken him. Matinjiff's really struggling on population space now. As in, he's not pop capped. You want to be pop capped at this point in the game? I mean, Myriad's got the same problem, and Myriad's got 55 guys on food. So you can see the income for both these guys is crazy high, but they're just taking insane fights after insane fights, and Myriad's got incredible destroyed value this game. And eco kills, because he's killing the trade. And here it comes, dude. Elite Knights. So, what Matinjiff should do is just move the silver tree, I think. You just move the silver tree back here. The trade's not as good. Yep. Perfect move by him. So this keep doesn't really do anything. I mean, it does shorten the trade line. I don't want to say it doesn't do anything. Like, that is pretty big, right? Sacred Side victory. This is definitely the best place to try to stop it. Yeah, it's going to start moving the troops. The Elite Knights coming in, that is going to be a problem. When Myriad starts getting these Elite Knights to the front. This keep definitely going down. Trade's back up. Shorter trade route, but the trade is up. Nice adjustment by Matinjiff there. And he's got to take this Sacred Site or the game's probably over. Horsemen coming in for the flank on the siege again, dude. It's got to be difficult micro for Matinjiff on a controller, but he's doing it, and horsemen are just gonna YOLO to the trade. That's exactly what you should do. They're just gonna run into the trade, disperse, kill as many traders as possible. Is Myriad gonna give up this Sacred Site? I don't think he is. I think he should just get on it, and he's got it. I know the raids are going well in the trade, but I thought he actually had a win condition on that Sacred Site there, but didn't want to fight in the Cruelty. And he's going to snipe out more siege with these Royal Knights. There's just nothing to really protect siege from Matinjiff. There's no spears on the field, which is what you would use to protect siege in this situation. Excuse me. Or you would embed your siege within your Keshik hand cannoneer mass. It's not looking good for Matinjiff right now, but he's still fighting hard. He's taking good fights at this point under the Cruelty. But this Hoi Hoi Pow's certainly dead. Myriad does actually turn to fight. He probably just wants to suicide and kill those gold miners. Because, I mean, I don't think Myriad has any trade himself, so if you could stop Myriad's gold, you'd also be in a good position. So Matinjiff actually pushing him out, which I'm a bit shocked by. I'm actually really surprised, but I think just the power of the Cruelty late game, the hand cannoneer is so powerful under the Cruelty. Now he's making a push. I think this is where the counter raids during these fights would be huge if he's able to split off a few guys. It's kind of amazing Myriad's struggling on food. It's just so many units have gone down when he's making that much food a minute, right? Improved biology coming in for Matinjiff, which will be really nice on the Keshik. I'd love to see how much HP they have after that. I don't know off the top of my head. Raid bounty also coming in, which I like a lot. You kind of have to defend this, I think, if you're Myriad. You could just go dive the trade, but you don't want to lose all your farms. Tide Barn's coming in for Myriad. A bit late, but better late than never. The Hoi Hoi Pow back here is super vulnerable right now. This has got to be incredibly hard on a controller from Matinjiff, so mad respect, dude. He is bringing buildings down. He does have the improved burn now. Now, if he got this one, or got the stone one, stone bounty improved, that would be sick. That would be really sick. It's actually making a good push, man. I'm impressed. Probably need to start working down the keep with the Hoi Hoi Pow. I think You know, I keep thinking the French army's got this, though. But it's so difficult under the Crueltai and the Con Arrow with the armor, right? The cannons are going to focus the Crueltai, almost definitely. That's the plan. That's got to be the plan, is that the cannons kill the Crueltai, and then French can actually take these fights. Yep. So Crueltai is going to be in trouble here. Armor arrows popped. Even with 290 HP, though, the Keshik are going to really struggle against Royal Knights. Even in the Crueltai vicinity. And honestly, most of the fight was not under the Crueltai. Most of that fight was outside of the Crueltai. So really good fight again for Myriad. I thought Matinjiff gave it a good go there. I thought he might have it, but Myriad pushes him back again. He needs to get the Crueltai out of there. Can't lose that bad boy. Let's see how much trade Matinjiff's got. Only 29 traders at this point. Still got a lot of... Oh, and Matinjiff just calls it. He says, not going to be able to beat him. He says, I call it. But that was a really fun, exciting game. It's fun to watch another Mongol player and playing against French, which can be tough. So if y'all enjoyed that, drop a like if you learned something. Subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you guys in the next game.